Hi, today we're going to see the simple past tense from the unit number 1. The specific things that we have to focus is on meaning and use, on the structure or the form, and the last one is some exercise. Okay, let's start. What do we have to focus today is the simple past. So here we have the present and the future, but today we have to focus on the simple past. And we have an objective. Students have to describe the past events, mentioning places, people, and conditions using the irregular and irregular verbs. Okay? And we're going to focus on what is the simple past. It is a tense that is used to express ideas and actions that start and finish in the past. And there are some expressions that we can use, for example, last week, last month, in 1980, yesterday, ago. There are some others that we can use to specify the past. For example, I saw Maria yesterday, so it's an irregular verb. Last Friday, the students took their spelling and vocabulary test. Took is an irregular verb. And the last one, they got married 2 years ago. Got, it's an irregular verb. And there are two types of verbs in past tense, regular and irregular verbs. And here we have in the following list some of the examples that we can see. For example, in the first one, we can have the word taught. This is an irregular verb. Why? Because we don't have an ed ending. The regular verbs have the ed ending. So, for example, walk and study are regular verbs. Gave, it's an irregular verb. Became, irregular verb. Cry and live, they are regular verbs. And did, it's an irregular verb. So don't forget that we have to see that the regular verbs are the ones that ends with ed in the past, like walk, study, cry, and lift. And the other ones are irregular because they don't have a ed ending. And obviously the regular verbs follow a rule. For example, if you have the verb walk and is end with K, we have to add ed on the ending. If we have, for example, the verb study, it ends with Y, we have to use the Y and change the Y for a I plus ed. The same happened with cry, cried, change the Y for I plus ed, and the last one lived. If we have a verb that ends with letter E, we have to take out the letter E and add ed, just. Okay? Then we can continue with the irregular verbs. In the part of the irregular verbs, we don't have to use the ed as I mentioned. The irregular verbs, some of them change in just one letter. For example, the vowel. Become, became, give, gave, drive, drop, forget, forgot. And also we can have these other irregular verbs and they have different ending like this, teach, taught, bring, brought, live, left, hear, heard, buy, bought. They are different. And some others that don't change at all. So hit is the same, put is the same, and set is the same. Then we have some examples like this. And we can see that the first sentence is in present and the second is in past. Then we can have the negative sentences using the auxiliary verb didn't or did not. For example, I didn't go to work yesterday, so we don't have to modify the verb because we have an auxiliary verb. And there is an exception. The verb to be is the exception. For example, we can have this. And the verb to be by itself don't use didn't or did not. It use was or was not, were or were not. and the contraction wasn't or weren't. In the question, we can have did as an auxiliary verb. We have the subject, then the infinitive of the verb, the same. You don't have to modify the verb. Did you go to work yesterday? Did you come yesterday? And that is the last part. So I hope you can practice in these following links. Good luck. Thank you for watching my video and see you soon. Bye.